5, which is on the analysis on 2 samples. And after studying confidence intervals and hypothesis testing in depth, we only looked at 1 sample in the previous unit. In real life, we often have 2 samples to analyze at once, not just 1, and either try to compare or whatnot with regards to those actual samples. In this unit, we will discuss hypothesis testing and confidence intervals with the difference between 2 population proportions. We will analyze problems to determine if we have an independent or dependent sample and whether we have a matched pair sample. This would become our basis for analyzing 2 population means. We can specifically analyze the difference between 2 independent population means and the difference between 2 matched pairs population means. We will then apply hypothesis testing to 2 population standard deviations or variances. Note, however, that this particular method was not what's used when it comes to assessing normality and determining if we have equal variances. That's something different. Referred to as Levine's test. It's a different test than that. The objectives for this unit are to apply hypothesis testing to 2 proportions, 2 means, and 2 variances or standard deviations. Apply confidence intervals to 2 proportions and 2 means. Identify when samples are independent or matched pairs. And then we have the readings and whatnot. The textbook is specifically Chapter 9, Sections 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, and 9.4. We have some additional videos here in addition to mine. Unit 5 discussion board is real-life inferences with 2 samples. This is to research a topic of your choice, or even your major, if you wish, where inferences involving 2 samples are used. And be sure to research through the library's catalog of journals, answering these lovely topics right here. How are the inferences of 2 samples used in the topic/field? When is it useful to compare the 2 samples on the topic? What is to be accomplished from these tests, and what is an example of a 2-sample inference? And then, in response to your peers, discuss the ramifications of the application of 2-sample inferences that your classmate posted. And then the library link that you could use for that. And yes, so library link you could use would be the one up here in the upper right hand corner. And let me just open that as is. Once it does open, inside of here, the databases are down here underneath School of Arts and Sciences. Some good ones to use would be you could either use the generic one, such as the Academic Search Complete, or you could specifically specify MathSciNet, due to the fact that we are referring to the comparison of 2 proportions, means, or variances. And those of you taking this course so far are indeed math majors, so something math related and science related could be found there, or data science, even better. But that's where you could go for that. I have the data files linked on here as well for you to, go through here and find whatever you need for stuff. Then the Unit 5 problem set is located on here, due on Sunday of the unit. This one's out of 90 points, and as you can see, this asks a whole bunch of questions involving inferences involving proportions, means, and standard deviation/variance. The second project is also located in here as well. Since we just finished the first project with Unit 4, the Unit 5 starts the second project. The second project of which being due the Sunday of Unit 7. That one, you're only getting 3 units to do the work in, so 5, 6, and 7, due to the fact that you won't really need the non-parametric tests for it of Unit 8. And let's also face it too, we need to also make sure that everything gets completed on time, and so if we pile too much work up at the end, it it might not be usable to finish everything all at once. But project number 2, though, this is looking at the same data set that you used. We are going to be doing some more inferences here. Specifically the overview of whenever looking through data sets for this class, or any statistics class for that matter, have you wondered where the data has come from? Well, here's your chance to delve into data analysis using a data set of your choice, and you can unleash your creativity in this part. But based upon what you did in Project 1, you're doing basically the same thing with Project 2 here. You're first going to review any corrections that I have made to your Project 1, and then of course make those. But from this, based upon that then, you're going to run three different hypothesis tests involving your data. So that could be the one, well, considering the fact this is after that, this could be the 1 proportion mean standard deviation, 2 mean, 2 proportion, 2 standard deviation such variance, and then the other ones we'll be looking at involving such things such as the chi-square distribution, the lines of best fit, multiple linear regression, stuff like that. But you would then, you would state the null hypothesis. Oh, and these hypothesis tests are based on the research questions / objectives you wrote for Project 1. But you need to state the null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, relevant test statistics, p-value, that type of stuff. Run the test and give the SAS code, which, if you've seen my tutorial links for those, they would pretty much be the same thing. I want you to write out each conclusion based on that relevant p-value. Do your results match that you obtain match what you previously thought from the first part? Why are these different or the same? Were all the assumptions met? That type of thing. And then if it does not satisfy the assumptions, run a relevant non-parametric test, since we'll be going through those. And then state the test statistics, hypotheses, and whatnot for that non-parametric test. State the conclusion and your thoughts on why these conclusions occurred. And if it's not needed, to explain why these non-parametric tests are not needed. And then, of course, write the conclusion. So what can be done differently if any of the assumptions were not met? How did that impact your project? Were there any interesting parts of your project that you think deserve to be studied more? That type of thing. And yes, so that'll be it there for Unit 5. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.